I suppose you'll call it a confession when you hear it. I don't like the word confession. Frankly, I don't think I've done enough wrong. My friends and I should have the right to kill each other. It's not illegal, yet, and it's not like anyone's forcing us. While the old Hollywood glamour of smoking seems to be lost, smoking cigs remains reminiscent of film noir. Seduced by the dame, you fall in love, you get betrayed, and you must choose life or love. This is a love story.
Back in the day, it used to be cool to smoke cigarettes. And now it's kind of like, it's like the stigma, so it's like if you want to go against the grain, you smoke cigarettes, you know? It used to be like, if you want to like join us, like everyone's doing it, smoke cigarettes, but now it's like, only like this like subculture is smoking cigarettes. And I know if my parents ever found out I would smoke cigarettes, they would beat the shit out of me, you know, like, and I wouldn't blame them either, like, it makes no sense to.
Do cigarette smokers hate cigarettes, or do they hate themselves and thus love cigarettes?
1,000 people under 18 embark on their love that they may not be able to quit for the rest of their lives.
I started smoking cigarettes after my brother offered me one in high school, my junior year, and I just loved the feeling of it. I started smoking them. I never thought I would be a cigarette smoker. I always frowned upon it. My mom's a nurse. It was not a good thing in my mind. And then when I smoked my first cigarette, it gave me such a rush and such a relief of stress that I just kept doing it from there. And I eventually became a pretty heavy smoker.
I was away at boarding school behind the tennis courts. It's against the rules technically, but made it all the more enticing. Partially the thrill of it, and partially the relaxant. It was something to distract from everything else. I guess it's technically what I'm addicted to.
I don't enjoy it when people light up cigarettes in my face, especially if it's inside, if we're inside somewhere, it bothers me and nauseates me, which wasn't the case when I smoked. But when we're outside, I have no problem with it. I don't like when people flick their butts though. I think that's just rude, especially in my backyard. What the fuck?
When I first started smoking, I was friends with a lot of European kids, and they all rolled their own cigarettes, so it kind of carried through.
My brother offered me one, and I was like, no thanks, I'm fine, I don't want to smoke a cigarette, and he was like, please just try it. So I did, and I immediately got this awesome head rush, and I felt great.
Well, when I was a freshman, we would all be sitting in the room, me and my 10 friends, and then someone would be like, oh, let's go out for a cigarette break, and I'd be the last person in the room. So then I just started smoking, kind of as a social thing, so I'd meet people when I first got here.
Eventually just being around all these smokers, it just seemed natural to just start smoking all the time. Being around people lighting up cigarettes just made me want a cigarette all the time. So I eventually became a pack-a-day smoker, even 2 packs a day last year.
At first it started as a social thing, and then I was smoking cigarettes alone, and but for no reason almost. It was just I was bored, and it was an easy way to kill 5 minutes. So I would go outside and smoke a cigarette if I had nothing better to do.
My favorite thing about smoking cigarettes would probably be... Damn, that's a hard question. I like a lot of things about smoking cigarettes. I like the feeling in my lungs. I like that it's a reward system. I like that my friends do it with me. I like so many things about smoking cigarettes, and I hate how
horribly unattractive it is. It's disgusting. Everyone thinks it's disgusting except for cigarette smokers.
20% of Americans have been seduced, fallen in love with an addiction that leaves them breathless. 443,000 of those lovers die each year.
Salem softness freshens your taste. Smoke Salem cigarettes. Salem gives you a modern filter, plus rich tobacco taste, smoothed with menthol, softened with fresh air. For Salem's special paper breathes in fresh air with every puff to bring you Salem's air-softened taste. There's a wonderful world of softness, a wonderful world of freshness. It's the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful world of Salem cigarettes. Salem softness freshens your taste.
It's kind of rude to smoke in front of people nowadays, and like even with like the whole restaurants and all, and like how they're banning it from bars, like, and like I hate when people smoke cigarettes in front of me. Even though I used to smoke cigarettes, I'll still cover my face when it's around me now, because I just really like, nothing is enjoyable about it to me. And I hang out with like all these smokers, like I would never say anything to them because I think it's rude, but it is also rude to smoke in front of people, so I guess they're being rude as well. I'm not trying to tell anyone what to do, obviously, so I'll let Rollins do it for me.
As of April 5th, 2013, at least 1,159 college or university campuses in the United States have adopted 100% smoke-free campus policies that eliminate smoking in indoor and outdoor areas across the entire campus, including residences. While many silently smoke their protest to Rollins' new regulations, one non-smoking student went as far as to write an article for the school's Sandspur to show how Rollins has treated its smoking population.
Rollins has recently exhibited its own form of animal appreciation through the creation of 5 smoking zones on campus. Now, before you get upset, I'm not calling smokers animals. I'm just calling them subhuman creatures that exhibit a behavior so stolid and detrimental to their health. It is as if they were animals.
Especially being at Rollins now with the new smoking policy, I definitely get dirty looks if I smoke on campus. I definitely get the fake coughs of people walking by me when I'm smoking. I really don't care. Don't walk by me if you don't want smoke in your lungs. Like, sorry, it's not like I don't care about people getting hurt by secondhand smoke. It's that you don't have to be around me. I'm outdoors. Like, I definitely feel discrimination.
As if it is not bad enough to face the discrimination of smoking in college, once graduated and looking for a job, it just gets worse. Many jobs are now nicotine testing in their application process.
I think if you're good at your job, you should be able to smoke cigarettes. I know a lot of professionals who smoke cigarettes.
I went into the office and I was just talking with the manager at the time, and they asked me if I was okay with taking a nicotine test. There's no reason for them to believe that I was smoking cigarettes while I was at work. So I thought it was a little out of line.
There's a wonderful world of softness, a wonderful world of freshness. It's the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful world of Salem cigarettes. Salem softness freshens your taste.
Of course, I knew it was going to pass, so I had no problem against it. But I can only imagine if I was smoking cigarettes at the time, how upset I would be.
People who smoke cigarettes, how to explain? People who smoke cigarettes love cigarettes. People who don't smoke cigarettes hate people who smoke cigarettes and cigarettes.
I have days where I'm definitely scared of my own cigarette smoking. particularly with the recent tobacco-free Florida commercials. It's not like I want a tracheotomy on my throat in 15 to 20 years.
Hopefully I want to not come into the same condition or have cancer like my uncle did, because it was a very horrendous and hard time for him to beat it with chemotherapy and radiation, as well as removing one of his lobes of his lungs.
That's like, I think, another like real reason that I stopped so early, because I only smoked cigarette, but I smoked like every single day and like multiple times a day for like 2 months maybe, and it was all because it was like a social thing. Like I didn't want to be the only kid in the room while everyone else was out smoking cigarettes, but I never actually enjoyed it the whole time I did it. I never like, ugh, it's so gross. It made you like mouth taste like shit. Ugh.
I think that actually smoking cigarettes is bad. I like to quit. I like to hope other people would quit. Although as of right now, I think given the conditions that I live in, the people I surround myself with, cigarette quitting is extremely hard. Given the fact that you're around smoke all the time, and when you do sell a cigarette, it's like, a cigarette. Maybe I should have one too.
I remember it was like one morning outside McKean. I wasn't even around anyone else. I was just alone, and I was smoking a cigarette. And she was like, "Oh, I didn't know you smoked cigarettes." And I think that was probably one of the last times I smoked cigarettes, because like she just looks like she looked down on it like right away. And I even looked down on it, and I was like, "Why the fuck am I smoking cigarettes?" It's like it's 9:30 in the morning, and I'm out here smoking something that I hate, and it's making me look unattractive, but I'm still doing it. It was like retarded.
I think I would quit if I had a good enough reason to. But as of this very moment, I don't, and I like it way too much.
My family didn't smoke, so my mother and my father never smoked, but all my grandparents smoked, and 2 of them quit. One of them died of lung cancer when she was 67, and my grandfather is the only one who is still alive, who still smokes. But he says he's trying to quit, but he's like 76.
For me, it was just the pros of it outweighed the cons. Like, I am fully aware that I will probably get lung cancer, and I just don't care. To me, it's like the stress relief of it. Like, if I go a day and have like 1 cigarette, I will be such an angry person. So I would rather like smoke 10, 20 cigarettes a day and be stress-free, in a good mood, don't care, and be fully aware I'm going to get lung cancer, because I don't live a healthy lifestyle anyway.
Unfortunately, I have no idea whether or not my affair with cigarettes is going to end. I would love for it to end, but I've learned time and time again that it has to be for me.
Okay, we got like 20 seconds. Anything you want to say about cigarettes?
They make your teeth yellow. They make guys not want to talk to you, or girls, whichever person you are. Only sluts do it. And meth gets you way more fucked up.